Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome to the Grapevine. I'm taking the place of Brother John today. He's got some construction going on in his house, so he couldn't make it today. And so we're picking up the slack here at Oklahoya for our brother. Hi, John. If you can hear me out there, great to see you. Glad we could be here. The Grapevine Group meets every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and focuses on the Grapevine magazine, AA Grapevine magazine. And if you've never heard Brother John do this, man, I I, I hope I do it happen for this John. So once again, welcome. We're at Hope for Holyoke, 100 Suffolk Street, Holyoke, Mass. Our phone number is 561-1020 for any information on what we're going to talk about. My name is Kevin. They call me Noah. I'll be your host today for a little portion of this. And hopefully, John will be back next week. So once again, we're the Grapevine Group, tips from the Grapevine AA magazine. We'll play a little something from it, and then we'll work on what's happening with the magazine later on. So there's a lot of stuff that happens here at Hope for Hoyo. So we'll put it through the bottom of the screen as we go, and hopefully everybody will be able to read it. So as we look into the upcoming events and things happening here, there's a whole bunch of things that are going on at Hope for Holyoke, and we want to keep everyone updated on those the best we can. So first of all, we have to thank our staff and peer leaders, volunteers, and members for their hard work and dedication at all times here at Hope for Holyoke. Without our wonderful staff and peer leaders and volunteers especially, we wouldn't have time to be doing the extra things that we're allowed to do as staff members. So thank you very much to all of them. They totally make a difference. And if you want to become part of that volunteer coordination or become a peer leader, it's simple. Come on down, take a tour of the building, and then what you can do is you can fill out a member application. And once you do the member application, you'll go to a member orientation, and that will be able to help you um, find your way into membership here at Hope for Hoyo. You can see James or call 561-1020 for more information on how to become a member of Hope for Hoyoke. Membership has its privileges, members events, outings, beach parties, all of that, everything that a member does that the volunteers or non-members, you can be a volunteer member, but the non-members aren't allowed to participate until they become members. Then they can. That's the beauty of membership. But there's stipulations to everything. If you want to volunteer, you can learn how to facilitate groups. You can participate in online groups or Zooms, or even do this stuff that we're doing today. And if you're interested in doing that, once again, come on down. We'll love you. We want to thank all our corporate sponsors and those in our community partnerships that support us during the year. As you know, Big Y Foods of South Hadley, Steve Sports, who does all our gear of West Springfield. We love Kate's Kitchen. They're our favorite. We share all our stuff that we get from Big Y after we feed our community and help our community. We give to the Gandara Center, also to Kate's Kitchen. And we want to thank the Gandara Center, our host agency. Their logo's right up there in the corner. And all the community partners that we have that make these things possible. We could not do everything without the support of our community partners. So thank you, everyone out there. Thank you so much for being a part of Hope for Holyoke in all aspects. And so we really appreciate it. We also have a calendar that comes out every month. We're coming into the last week, but up and right here, you'll see a QR code. Take your camera, take a picture of that QR code, and it'll pop onto your phone the calendar, the monthly calendar, and then you can see all the events that are happening at Hope for Holyoke. I'll leave that up there, and you can see that right here for the entire podcast. So we also are moving, so and new hours. So as of July 1st, we are going to new hours Monday through Friday from 9 to 9 and Saturdays from 9 to 2 starting July 1st. So please mark that down. 9 to 9 and 9 to 2 on the weekends. So we will have a new calendar out. It'll be a single calendar for Spanish and one for English, and we will have the updated new groups on there and everything. So right now we're still at 100 Suffolk Street in Holyoke. Our phone number will not change. It'll be 561-1020, and that's Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 1 right now until July 1st. Our new location is going to be 217 High Street. So we'll be moving in there as soon as we can. We're packing, the boxes are getting going. The packing tape is flying. So we've got a lot of things going on. And remember, always, you can follow us on Facebook. So please give us a like. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hope for Holyoke Recovery Center. All these go directly to those two platforms. Once again, give us a like and a follow on Facebook, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that'll be running for a while. But we want to thank everyone for being here today. I'm going to try to do what John does today. We're going to play a little snip from the AA Grapevine magazine, and then we'll be able to discuss it. You can throw your chats in the chat line. I'm hoping they get through. So we're going to be putting up the chats right here. You'll be able to see the overlay of the chats coming in through our restream. So hopefully your comments will be displayed. It's the first time I'm using this, so hopefully they will be there. And so we're going to give it a go and see what happens. If not, I'll answer them later. But I want to thank you for being here. This is from the Grapevine issue, April 2008. It's called Doctor's Orders. Thank you, Murray. Thank you, Murray. That was great. That was a fantastic, fantastic audio because it tells us that, recovery is far more than what we may just think. And for me, I had to learn that. And I know that many out there find it the same way, that we come into this singular room um, through the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. And this show is about the AA grapevine. So I'm going to speak on my experience in that. But also, I'm going to allow myself to mold it together with the fact of a recovery center or an NA meeting or a OA meeting or a gamblers meeting. It's got a lot to do with the fear that we think we're crazy, and and I was told when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous that I suffered from a disease of the mind and body, and a twofold disease with one solution, and it was a spiritual means. He didn't touch base on that spirituality part, but I know that what he was trying to say um, is that there are so much information out there that is public information. When I work with a sponsor, it's a private thing, or if I work with someone here at the center, it's a private thing, and my recovery is a personal thing. But there are informations out there that become more than just a personal thing. It becomes an open public information, and that's where the pamphlets come in. That's where the district meetings and the area meetings and your intergroup office, which is your central informational highway. We have one in Holyoke. I'll get to your area committee, which oversees, in a way, the groups and helping with their information, and the groups themselves, who become an important part of the delivery of this information. A lot of groups carry pamphlets. A lot of groups don't carry all the pamphlets. There's 55 to 50, 60 pamphlets, and they're in all different ways, shapes, and forms on the information given. So if you really want the pamphlets that you say, maybe I should bring this to my doctor, maybe I should grab some information on mental illness and recovery through the healthcare, they're available. The Western Mass Intergroup office, which is located on 300 Appleton Street. You go up the handicap ramp, you hit the buzzard on the door, and just ask for Joy. And she's in the cellar in the intergroup office, which supplies literature and pamphlets for the groups in Western Massachusetts, Area 31. Over 5,500 members in Area 31. And that goes from the northern Connecticut borders up to Sturbridge and all the way up into the Berkshires. So it's a very vast and wide area. And so she's pretty well stocked. If you wanted to stop by, you can give her a call. If you want to have them mailed to you and pay on for them over the phone, it's 413 532 2111. 413 532 2111. And that's the way that you can get information to pass on to the other physicians or doctors in your area that you may think that would be needed. It's important that this doctor knew. That's something that's very important. And I had one too, that, when it comes to alcoholism and drug addiction, for me, they thought my best bet, long before any of this happened, that I entertained the process of going into an AA meeting, and I didn't have any faith in anything above me, any gods or anything, doorknobs, light bulbs, I don't care, it didn't matter. But I did have a lot of fear, and I had that fear when I went to see them at the hospital, and I went to see them at the doctor's offices. There was fear because the only reason I'm going now is because I don't want to lose my family and my wife and everything else that goes with it. But I've already done that. It was over, and and then I found Alcoholics Anonymous, and I then got the job in the. Over time, I learned about myself and what my story, and I learned about harm, and he talked about that ninth step and amends and resentments. It's like poison, resentments. I don't have time for that anymore. I need to talk about it and let it go because it can just eat away at me for days and days. And I only know one solution to get rid of it. And I'm not going to do that. So thank God for accountability people, friends in the program, sponsors, and people that I can call on a regular basis and talk about stuff like this, like a man, like an adult. And being a man is part of the deal. And when you're showing up and suiting up, it's time to act like it. And though I was going through a lot of pain and um, a lot of different mental thoughts, uh, thank God for the people in the fellowship with the experiences. And that's why I overlap this into recovery centers, because whether or not you kind of know it, we are we are part of this whole solution. Um, and I can see myself in the new guys coming in the doors, how fearful I was, how afraid I was. I didn't want to do anything. I was afraid to talk to anyone, but it changes. It really does. Once you get to know people, it changes. And so here I am, all these decades later, and I'm wondering, whoa, why me? Well, you can give a person hope, but you can't give them willingness. That has to come from here. And I just wanted this so bad. I knew that the gig was over with my family. I knew it was all unrepairable. I thought that I'd never get anything back, and I'm glad I didn't believe that and cut myself short, because by following a few simple rules that Silkworth says in the front of the book and having that personality change in the back of the book, I was able to have lasting sobriety and recovery. And now I pass that on, as this gentleman was talking about service work, passing it on. And there are many different types of service work. And once you join the group or join a recovery center, they both operate in a similar way. We have a group called Morning Motivation. We have a calendar. You can take that right there. Boom, 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 boom. Take a picture of it. You'll see how many groups you have a week. And you find something that you're interested in and that you're good at, or even if you're not good at it and you want to learn it, from art to writing to you name it, it's on there. And once you find that information and you're able to, really see what's going on, and your blinders come off to this new world, and you look around in the daylight, you're not hiding on a beanbag chair eating Cheetos. You're really doing work. And so when you do that, um, it really means a difference. It really takes its toll and creates something special. And so when they talk about the area committees, that's a committee that works for AA groups. They're volunteers, and they have outreach themselves, just like this recovery center has outreach. Mandy does. She's the outreach coordinator, and when she goes on outreach to different facilities or areas and professionals, she brings with her information about the center, and sometimes a lot of the guys or girls go with them to tell their experience at Hope Hoyle. But AA has the same CPC, cooperation with the professional community. They have PI, public information. What a great group they run in the area that allows others and trust others to give that correct message by going into schools, hospitals, church, anywhere asked, fairs, conferences, anywhere that's asked, they try to be there. And then they have other committees also, like the Grapevine Committee. They have the Archives Committee, which is really cool. And so there's committees built into this area of people that sit on a board. They have a treasurer, they have a chairperson, they have a delegate and an alternate delegate that go to New York and do their thing. We have our director, he's like our delegate. and our assistant director is an alternate delegate, and then you got a chairman, and they oversee the center, and the peers run the center. Peer participatory. I got it right the first time. The peers vote on things. The directors and the management oversee it to make sure they're on track. So there's a beauty when that happens, and it's just like turning the triangle upside down, where um, you see that the AA groups run the ship. They vote on things, they run themselves, they're a small business. We too do the same. The group members, that members now, non-members can't vote. So be a member and you have a say in what happens at the center. Then it goes to the vote and it's discussed. And they have what they call ad hoc committees in AA. They have advisory boards in recovery centers. And they follow that and they take care of within. They take care from within. That's the important part. And then we are overseen by our, like the GSO General Service Office in AA or NA, we're overseen by the Gandhara Network, which is our agency, our host agency. So you may want to buy all new computers. And we may say, yeah, that's a great idea. The members may say, go for it. And then once you have to come back and tell them that it was turned down because of finances, let's find alternative solutions. And that's the way AA groups work. I've been in business meetings where we've argued for 2 hours about Splenda and Sweet and Low. And then I've been in community meetings where we've done the same. But overall, everybody gets that voice, that time, unless it goes over and over. And then, as we do, we'll knock and put a stop to it and move on. But we have an agenda, just like any other 12-step community does. Every AA meeting has an agenda. The recovery centers have an agenda. We have orientations for membership. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be part of the service connection. And because we're in recovery, it doesn't mean that we can't find recovery and also service outside the center. I belong to a group on Wednesday nights. It's the men's meeting over in Jericho. And I take Marcos with me and my buddy Keith, and we all go. And you know what? I'm of service there when I can, help make coffee, set up, break down. And it's a beautiful thing. And I also, have outside business aspects that I work on. So your life is full when you create the fullness. And I have no time to really do the silly stuff I used to do anymore. It's just not fun. Um, it took me a long time to realize that, drinking and doing drugs wasn't the way to a successful life. I rode motorcycles for a very, very long time, and physically I'd still do it, but I can't anymore. That's an acceptance. That's not a resentment. It can turn into a resentment if I allow it, but I accept the fact I'm medically unable to do so. See that he talked about that resentment to the doctor and the $75. I resented God for a long time when I came into AA. Why he's destroying my life, and he knows. Amends were made by becoming a different person, just like the guy in the audio. So it's a really great thing, and don't forget, come on down and check us out Saturday, right there at the bottom of the screen. June 24th from 11 to 1. It's a Juneteenth celebration, and it's right here at Hope for Holyoke. We're open from 9 a.m. With morning motivation at 10 a.m. and pizza, snacks, and soda, and a movie honoring Juneteenth will be seen from 11 to 1. So I hope to see you here at Hope for Holyoke at 413-561-1020. And keep an eye out for all the new information on the move, because our location is coming. and we'll be moving soon, hopefully in the near future, to 217 High Street in Holyoke. And right now, we're at the same location on 100 Suffolk Street, Holyoke, Mass. Our phone number has not changed, 561-1020. Just like to let you know also that coming up on Tuesday, the 27th, will be closed. It's Staff Appreciation Day. It's our last one. And when we open in July, it's going to be 12 to 12. 9 to 9, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. And we're going to do some wonderful stuff for you. And just as a reminder, follow us on Facebook, give us a like, give us a follow. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hope for Holyoke Recovery Center. There's some great stuff on there. Hopefully in the future, everybody's going to be transferred over to this new system that we're trying to run. And once again, finally, thanks to our community partners that support us all year round. And at the Hopies, we give out Hopi awards to all our community partners. This is only a couple, man. We're loaded. We had 40 or 50 community partners this year. And if you have slightly used clothing that you'd like, shoes, sneakers, socks, boots, anything that we could use to help our people in need, come on down, give us a call, drop them off. Frankie's Closet will take them, Frankie's Boutique. Frankie will go through them. Please don't bring stuff with a bunch of holes in it. I know they wear them today. I'm old, but slightly used clothes. And we also have food in our pantry, but we could use more to help the less fortunate. So we run a yearly food drive that you can drop off canned food, non-perishable, to our center. If you want to drop off and buy cookies and stuff, we'll take those and put them in the refrigerator and use them during our morning meetings, because we're going to be open longer and we're going to try to stretch everything from Big Y out the best we can and still help Cage Kitchens and others. But my name's Kevin. I want to thank you all for being here. Next week, you got Brother John again. So God bless you and hope you have a great day. And thanks again. Take care now. Peace out.